Hey everybody, this is Mike Rowe and welcome to another edition of Dirty Jobs. Wait a minute, hold on a second, that's not true. This is Todd Carter with Tailored Living featuring Premier Garage, and today, if you watched our video last week where we talked a little bit about the epoxy flooring process, we're just going to show you the equipment and everything that's involved, hopefully to intimidate you enough to not try to take this project on yourself. This is not for beginners. So, now, we're going to... Kenny, can you lower me down, please? We have, there we go. We have a technical malfunction. This is actually our truck that we do a lot of our flooring out of. And you can see I'm coming down on a lift gate, or maybe you can, it just looks like magic. But I wanted to let you know the reason we have this lift gate on this truck is because we have very, very heavy equipment. I would actually like to talk with this mask on, but it doesn't work very well. And the reason is because this mask is to be worn when we're actually preparing your floor. So, I'm going to go back and show you a little bit of our storyboard of what we showed you last week, right here. We've got our little sample of grinding and preparing, a base coat, a chip layer, and then a clear top coat on top. So I'm going to show you in rapid fashion how we put all that together. So, first piece of equipment that we've got is this beauty right here. This is a industrial generator and is necessary to power all of our equipment. Also, if we were to plug some of our machinery in because it's high voltage, it might knock out your power depending on what we're using. So when we're on job site, we've got this thing running at all times, powering our equipment. Great piece of equipment to have. So we're talking about the grinding and prepping process here. This beauty right here, our Turco, our big boy, this is basically what you might see if you're in an office building late at night. It looks like a floor polisher or grinder or a polishing machine. It's basically a grinding version of that. So I'm going to ask Kenny to come over. Luckily I didn't get to the gym yet today because we've got some heavy weights on here. I think these are these 40 each, Kenny? You know?
45.
45 each. So look, there, I can lift it at least twice. So we're going to move those over out of the way. And you might ask, why do we have these heavy weights on the machine? Because when I show you the blades underneath that are diamond and metal alloy, we use the weights to press the machine into your floor and get it really grinding and spinning. So Kenny, I'll ask you to tip that up for me. And if we look under here, we've got rotating circular heads here. I've got this blade right here, and right on top of it, if you look really closely, you can see little bits in there. Those are diamond bits. So depending on how hard or soft your floor is, initially, we take these, pick the right blades, and run them in there. And these are very expensive grinding blades. And the reason I bring this up is because sometimes that do-it-yourself kit will have something like an acid, muriatic acid. That will not prepare your floor properly. So we got to get all 6 of these blades on here and then spinning and rotating. Once we get those on, we drop the weights back on there, then we're really going to open up that concrete to pour it. Once we get it all grinded, and we got to say, like, what happens to all the dust? That's a great question, right? Where does it go? We got the Ermator over here. This is a beauty too. It doesn't look like much because it has a lot of hard use going on, but this baby really is worth it. It's a couple $1,000 HEPA filtered vacuum. So we hook this up to our Turco grinder, and we get all that dust coming out and capture as much of it as we can in our Ermator HEPA vacuum. Again, is it perfect? Does it capture every bit of dust? Of course not, but we do the best we can on that part. Keep that dust out of your house and out of your home. So here we've got what looks like another fancy contraption. If you look closely, we've just got a Makita grinder, a hand grinder on there, but we like to save our employees' backs. So what we do is we've got this little setup, and this is actually for grinding the edges and the perimeters of your garage floor. So obviously our big Turco can't get right near the edge, but this one helps us if we need to. We take out the hand grinder and we'll get on hands and knees. We got some nice pads over here for the knees, again, to save that. We'll get on if we have to get under some built-in areas and grind away. Once we've got it all ground down, we might find some pits and cracks and things like that. Well, we're not just going to fill those with caulk or anything. We've got some anchor adhesive. So again, you can see we're promoting our Sika brand, which is actually the preferred product and a really high-end product for floors. And we do the same with our chemical coatings as well. So we fill that, and we'll patch those cracks with this this anchor adhesive that's also a 2-part epoxy. Once we get that ground down, we got it all patched up, it's time to lay the base coat. So over here, we've got a couple of buckets, and there's a few important things about it. This is our Sika product again, and we've got something very important to note. They're different size cans, which helps, but we have to do it at the right ratio to make sure it's bonded correctly. So we've got part A resin, part B hardener. So we mix those together, pot like this, and then we've got a roller and a couple other pieces. So really wide rollers, so we get nice wide lanes to distribute the product evenly. And then this fella right here is a squeegee, but it's a special one. So we've got a notched squeegee, and what that allows us to do is really spread it evenly and get a really nice distribution and a really nice coating on your floor. So we got our base coat down. That's what we do. We roll it, and then we spread it, and then we start to throw the chips out. And again, this is not like the kit you're going to buy at a big box store where you've got a little bit of sprinkles for decoration. This is what we call overthrowing. We cast it. And right over here, we've got a huge box of chips. These are the acrylic chips, and we're looking at our smoke finish, which is one of our most popular. And you can get in here, yes, don't let your kids in here because you know, they'll have a lot of fun throwing this around. It does seem like a sandbox. And we just take huge amounts of those chips and throw it until it's completely distributed. You can't see the base coat at all. We let it sit overnight, and we're going to come back the next day, and we're going to actually take, the first thing we'll do is take this guy right here, this hard scraper, and we're going to go along the edge of that floor, and we're going to scrape any loose edges, anything that's sticking up off the floor. So once we've done that, we get our vac again, and we connect it up, and we collect all the loose chips. So you can see we've got some extra chips that were vacuumed and scraped up, and we get all those up off the floor. So once we do that, you can't really see through it, and we've got that nice chip pattern going on, but we're not done yet. We got one more step to do. We've got to actually go from our base coat over to our top coat. So we've got, again, a part A. Oh, we got 2 part Bs out here. B and B, nicely labeled. But we've got an A and a B, and again, we've got to get the right mixture. If we put this on your floor, it wouldn't harden very well, so we need the A and the B, of course. And when we do that, we again use that squeegee to distribute that nice and smoothly. And we've got a couple of buckets, a little one like this, disposable brush. And what we do with those is we'll actually take and make a smaller batch, and we'll hit the stem wall or the edges of your garage wall where the concrete kind of climbs up, so you can make it nice and contained. And again, as you can see, I'm a little out of breath. It's hot out here today. I'm sweating, but what we really wanted to do is just show you all the equipment that goes into us creating a Premier garage floor and putting down a PremierOne coating. So hopefully you get the idea that this is not child's play, this is not for beginners. And the other important piece of equipment that I wanted to show you was these. So you're like, how does that actually work? These look like fancy skates or something like that. They're actually for the shoes, and once we get that base coat down and we're distributing the chips, we wear this and our guys walk around gently so they're not actually disturbing what they've just rolled out while they're distributing the chips and so forth. So there's a lot involved. I wanted to thank you, and if you have any interest in having us do a coating for you or take a look at your floor, you can reach us again at tailoredliving.com. Our local phone number here in Northern Virginia and nearby Maryland is 703-707-0009. Thanks and have a great day. I'm looking forward to getting a glass of water now.